What is about to happen is the completion of an extremely complex process. July 7, 2013. Tremendous healing is occurring all across the planet as ever greater numbers of you embrace the divine energies enveloping you constantly. They have always been there for you, and now your awareness of God's infinite love for you all is spreading far and wide as those of you who have been holding the intent to be only loving over many lifetimes strengthen that intent and demonstrate it more and more of the time in your daily lives. Living lovingly is the most powerful way to change yourselves, and thereby the world, and your successes in this field of endeavor are mounting rapidly. No one on earth is completely unaware of the field of love in which you are enveloped, and although many do not understand what it is, they are allowing its influence to change their perception of how they wish to live and interact with one another. And with their perception changed, then their intent also changes and their concern for one another grows. Evidence of this can be seen all over the world as more and more gather in peaceful demonstrations against corruption, dishonesty, and plain incompetence in major corporations, organizations, religious institutions, and governments. And, make no mistake, those demonstrations are effective. Those who are demonstrating are doing so from a strong, loving intent, and they are well supported by the prayers and intentions of millions of others who, for whatever reason, are in no position to join physically with the demonstrators. You are all powerful beings reclaiming your power, and by doing so you are bringing about the changes that you wish to see occur. You are also being most positively supported at all times by the uplifting energies of those in the many non-earth realms whose attention is focused on assisting you in every possible manner that is in alignment with the divine will, as you stir in your sleep and move steadily towards your awakening. When you feel the urge to complain about the apparent delay in humanity's awakening, just remind yourselves that what is about to happen is the completion of an extremely complex process that has been underway for many human generations. Wise men and women have incarnated over the ages with the message that love is the path to the divine. Sometimes they have been heard and their message understood and assimilated. At other times they have been persecuted. But over the eons that essential message has been passed down through many generations and through various religions and cultures, and it has been very firmly rooted. Now the benefits of all those wise and holy ones' efforts are bearing fruit as literally vast numbers of humans are turning towards love and intending to be loving, because that message of love is an eternal aspect of your divine heritage which, although hidden and unrecognized for a long time, is ineradicable. That aspect is no longer hidden and is being recognized by increasing numbers of humans from all cultural, political, philosophical, and religious persuasions, as your intelligence evolves and draws your awareness to the insanity of so many of your negative and often condemnatory judgments of one another which have so consistently led you to war. You want to change yourselves from judgmental beings into loving beings, and you want to see those changes reflected in everyone with whom you interact. That intention is a collective intention. All of humanity is involved with it even though many are not consciously aware of having made this choice. And it is this collective choice that is growing the new golden age. This new age actually arrived at the close of your last Earth year, and since then it has been growing strong roots that cannot be damaged or eradicated, and it is now ready to come most gloriously into bloom. Ever since you entered into the illusion, completely freely and willingly, you have been seeking the way out. That sounds like a paradox, because it must seem to you that if you have been seeking to return home for so long, surely you should have arrived by now. The answer is that the illusion, to which you had given great power to severely limit your God-given gifts and attributes, was constantly providing enticing distractions which caused you to forget your intention of returning home. Remember, you never left home. That would be impossible because there's nowhere else. Nevertheless, the illusion was so well constructed, you are divine beings of enormous skill and competence, that it succeeded in convincing you, as was your intent when you constructed it, that it was the only reality, and that heaven was a part of it to which you would return after the death of your physical bodies. However, it also convinced you that if you sinned and were unrepentant, then when death occurred you would instead go permanently to hell, another illusory concept, and that led to large-scale fear and terror throughout humanity. As a result, many have tried to convince themselves that they will not die, by refusing to acknowledge the reality of death until it occurs, while others have attempted to convince themselves that only the illusion is real, and that death, when it happens, is final, and at that moment life is permanently terminated. When bodily death occurs, many are quite stunned and amazed to discover that they still have life, existence, but without the body that they had happily identified as self. As you have so often been told, there is no death. Death is an illusory concept because life is eternal. Life is a gift from your Divine Father, and what He gives lasts for all eternity. Yes, you do lay down your bodies when they no longer serve you, and the appropriate moment for that to occur varies enormously between every one of you. Having laid down your bodies, you review the lives that you have led, seeing very clearly all that occurred and understanding very clearly what you learned. Then, with the loving and compassionate assistance of your spiritual guides and mentors, you make the decision whether or not to undergo another human incarnation. Whatever choice you make with great joy and enthusiasm, because the reasons for your choice are utterly overlighted by God's infinite love for you. Now, as the New Age develops and expands into a readily recognizable actuality, the changes that it is bringing with it, along with those that its arrival thus far have caused, are becoming undeniable. Even the mainstream media are reporting some of the amazing changes that have started to take place worldwide. The evidence that you have been seeking to convince yourselves that the New Age has arrived is out there. It is very visible, and those who claim that they cannot see it are in denial, a state that they will be unable to maintain for very much longer, because, as all the channels have told you, the new golden age truly has arrived and is most definitely making its presence felt. With so very much love, Saul. Channeled by John Smallman. johnsmallman.wordpress.com